It's time for another Thought from the Soul video today, and today's topic is men. Specifically, what makes a real man? Now, I'm not talking about your DNA or how you identify or what's between your legs. That's what makes you male. I'm talking about what makes you a man. What is a real man? What makes a real man? And what is the measure of a man? See, real men, I believe we are leaders. We are respected. Real men, we engender loyalty. Now, I think at our core, real men are authentic. And we don't let the opinions of others sway how we live our lives. An example of someone who did not let the opinions of others sway how he lived his life was my grandfather, Melbourne Ivy. And let's just say that Granddaddy was the very definition of a real man. My grandfather received the Purple Heart after he was wounded in action during the Second World War. He fought in the Battle of Guadalcanal in the South Pacific. When my grandfather came back from the war, he became a successful and award-winning farmer. He helped to raise 3 highly intelligent children. He became very successful in real estate. He was, without a doubt, the single most influential person in my life as a writer. And he did all this with a 5th grade education. Was my grandfather a perfect man? No, absolutely not. You should have met these female humans he married after my grandmother passed away. Granddaddy's best friend was a man named Hosey. Now, Hosey, he spells his name like Hosea, like from the Bible, but pronounced like Hosey. Now, Hosey is still with us. Still lives on his own. One of the most remarkable human beings I've ever met in my life. He's also, I believe he turns 90 years old in 2016. Hosey came to work for my grandfather when he was only 14. And they became so close that my grandfather was godfather to my memory, at least 2 of Hosey's children. And I believe he and his late wife had 10 kids. Hosey is also African American. See where I'm going with this? My grandfather was a rich white man, and his best friend was an uneducated black man, and they were both in their prime during the Jim Crow Deep South. You know that could not have gone over very well. But Granddaddy didn't care. He didn't care one bit. Hosey was his brother, and there wasn't anything that anybody could do that could stop him. I believe another aspect of a real man, we appreciate women. A real man appreciates a woman for, well, let's just say more than her holes, let's say. A real man appreciates a woman's grace, intelligence, beauty, style. Just, we appreciate the total package. By the way, despite that simply idiotic study that recently came out that concluded that men are intimidated by intelligent women, no, real men are not intimidated by intelligent women. Speaking as one man, here's what I believe is at the heart of what a real man really is. One word. I mentioned it earlier in the video. Authenticity. A real man is authentic. A real man loves deeply. A real man isn't afraid to be vulnerable. A real man isn't afraid to be emotional. A real man spends every day trying to become a better version of himself, mind, body, and spirit. As always, here in these Thoughts from the Soul videos, I want to issue you a challenge. Today's challenge is a simple one. Give me some ideas and opinions on what makes a real man. Leave them in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to interact with you. Thank you so much for watching this video here today. And if you're so inclined, you can feel free to follow me on all of my social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and my website, ryan.team. Oh, and don't forget, Team-ryan.team is actively under development. I hope to have that up within the next, week to 10 days or so. And trust me, it's going to be full of awesome content and you really don't want to miss it. It's really going to be a hub for all things Team Ryan. Remember, real men can look like anyone, okay? A real man can look like Ryan Reynolds. A real man could look like Ryan Gosling. Or a real man can look like Ryan Hall. Which would you prefer?